Team Laboria. Thank you for joining us here at the very first edition of this sort of thing that we're doing here at Laboria. I'll be anchoring / hosting this. So we have 1 hour to have a very good time. So let's make it count at the time of learning and, well, sharing as it is. So quickly, here are the basic ground rules. Please mute your microphones while the session is going on. If you have questions, you can put them in the chat box, and then we're going to take your questions. Someone's going to catch them. So I know that most people are here because we said, oh, there'll be giveaways, and there will be, because we're very happy to do that at Laboria. So if you listen, you pay attention, you're engaging, and you interact during the question and answer session, your chances of winning are astronomical. Because we've wasted a bit of time, well, not wasted, waited a bit of time trying to get more people to come in. We spent some time and we don't have much of that time left. I'm going to hand over to my colleague Kazim, who's doing the actual presentation for this webinar titled POCTs, the role of POCTs in labs, smarter, faster labs. Right, so there are a number of different ways of winning. So pay attention and stay tuned. Once again, thank you all for being here.
Okay, you're able to see the screen. Awesome. All right, my name is Kazim Adegwega. So I work here at Laboria, and I'm going to be presenting today's topic. The topic today is Faster, Smarter Labs, the role of POCT. So I'm going to start with this. Many of us tend to think that we're invincible when it comes to our health, right? I used to think the same way too. I used to see myself as someone who is very healthy, and I figured back then that I didn't need to worry much about checkups. So something happened a while ago. My wife and I went to a pharmacy to buy something, and we saw a machine. There was a machine available. This machine has the capacity to do like a quick health check, right? So it could measure things like lipid profile, the sugar levels, and so on. So my wife insisted that I give it a try. So I did, right? So and guess what? The readings were, it showed that my cholesterol level was slightly higher than normal than it should be for my age and my height, right? So to top it all off, so I had more like an overall health summary, overall health assessment. So the machine gave it to me that I'm 7 years older than my actual age. So that hits me really hard, right? Because I always thought I was younger. I looked younger. So the bottom line here is this is the reality, right? For many of us today, we don't pay enough attention to our health until it becomes a problem, right? The truth is that when we don't have our health in shape, we're not able to follow up with our goals. Nothing else matters, right? So, but if we're able to keep on top of our health, then we're able to pursue our goals in life. We're able to cater for our loved ones, and so on and so forth, right? So the good news is there are technologies, right? So we have technologies in place that has made it much easier to monitor and manage our health these days, right? So we have devices now today that makes it easy for us to run quick checks, and these devices, the results from these devices are accurate without necessarily, having a need to do a full-scale lab, right? So even the lab people are not left out of this, right? They can take advantage of all of this. So this is what we're going to be covering today. I've just given you the introduction, right? Why POCT, we'll take a brief look at it, and we see some of the Laboria POCT offerings, and there will be time for Q&A, right? Today, we're feeling super generous, right? So we're going to be giving out a number of, some of these are devices, many glucometers. I think we have one hemoglobin meter as well. There's a giveaways, right? So introduction, let's start off with the introduction. There is, of course, a growing need, right, for more accurate results when it comes to testing, right? So there's a need to have devices that can run our test at a much faster pace, right? So which was why we now have POCT. So POCT is here to bridge that gap, so to speak. So some of the benefits includes faster decision making by the healthcare providers. So, POCTs are not just limited to individuals alone. Labs can also take advantage of this, right? So if we have a lab and the lab has some tight budget, their budget can't support the purchase of these much bigger equipment. They can leverage on POCTs to run some of their checks, right? So you have improved patient outcome with timely intervention. So imagine if I need to run a sugar level test. So instead of having to do that, to visit the laboratory for those kind of, for that kind of a test, I simply can purchase a POCT device and run the test myself, right? And the results these days are super efficient, right? So quick turnaround time is one of the things you can expect from most of these POCTs, and the results are also efficient as well. So these POCTs, or many of these POCTs, are not just going to be running qualitative testing for you. The results that you get from them are quantitative, right? So it's not going to be giving you a false, a negative, positive result. You're able to measure the amount of, whatever it is that you're testing for. You're able to see to what degree is that particular thing, present. So it brings us to the line of POCT devices that we have here at Laboria. So this is the showcase just at a glance, right? Some of the POCT devices that we do have. So I will be brushing through most of what I have on the screen here today. I have less than, I believe, 20 minutes to brush through this now. So let's take a look at this. So we will start off with the glucose meter, the glucose monitor, right? The glucose monitor. So what we're seeing on the screen is the Sarah check. So the glucose monitor that we have here at Laboria, that we promote here at Laboria, is the Sarah check glucose meter. But just a little bit of an introduction, just in case we have people who are new to all of this, on the call as well. I believe everyone on the call knows what diabetes is all about, right? So diabetes is a medical condition where the body is not able to produce enough insulin, right? Or cannot effectively make use of insulin. And that will naturally lead to high blood sugar levels, right? So insulin is an hormone that helps regulate blood sugar in our body system. So diabetes is one condition that a lot of people have. There are millions of people living with diabetes today. So hence, monitoring our glucose level, monitoring our blood sugar level is something that is not just important, but it is life-saving, right? So a device that we can use to get this done, to do this, is the glucose monitor, right? The glucose meter or the glucose monitor. Okay, just like you can see on the screen, and we have one right here. We're going to be winning a lot of these devices. This is what the pack looks like, right? So you can see it looks really cute, beautiful, and super easy to use. Not all devices are the same. Not all glucose meter are the same. So you get to see some glucose meter. Yes, the look might be all right, but how about its use? How about simplicity of use? For many of these devices, they are difficult to use, right? So this is one device that is super friendly to use, very easy to make use of this particular device, right? So now we know the use of our glucose meter. And naturally, when you run a glucose test, you will expect the test to be delivered to you, for the machine to execute, to run this test between 3 to 5 minutes, right? So that's the time frame. But what if you are able to get your test ready in less than 6 seconds? So you see this device right here, the Sarah check, is able to give you the results that you're looking for in less than 6 seconds. So 4 to about 5 seconds, you're able to get your result, right? So that is the lipid, that is for the glucose monitor. So if you have a need to always consistently keep check of your glucose level, of your sugar level, you can reach out to us at Laboria to get a copy of your Sarah check. Next, on the list is the lipid monitor. The lipid monitor, I have that also right here with me. This is what it looks like. You're seeing it on the screen, but I have it physically here with me too as well. The lipid monitor. So this lipid monitor or this lipid meter is from urate, right? So there is it's a product of urate. So it is named, the code is PFS 30, we like to call it. But just a little bit of a background too, an introduction to what the lipid meter does, or what is lipid, right? So lipids are fats essential for storing energy in our body. So what helps with storing energy in our body system is lipid, right? The fats that we have in our body, right? So they also help to build cell membranes. They also produce hormones as well. Earlier on with the sugar thing, the glucose I mentioned, insulin, right? So you see, the fat, the lipid that we have in our body is also responsible for producing insulin, right? So there are different type of lipid. There are different type of fats that we have in our body. But I'm not a scientist, right? So I'm just going to keep it to two of the fats, two of the common fats that we have in our body, the cholesterol and the triglycerides, right? Cholesterol is one of them, which is popular, right? So cholesterol, glycerides, right? So for cholesterol, there are two types of cholesterol. There is the good cholesterol and there is the bad one, right? So the good one is known as the HDL, right? The high density lipoprotein. So that is the HDL is the good cholesterol. There's the bad one as well, right? The bad one is the LDL. That is the bad cholesterol. So we want to make sure that we don't have as much bad cholesterol in our body. We want to make it more of the HDL and not a lot of the LDL. So when we want to measure fats in our body, we want to count things like the total cholesterol that we have in our body. That is one of them. Another quick test to do is the good one. I want to see how much good cholesterol do I have in my body, HDL. So we want to measure that as well. I want to see the bad cholesterol in my body, the LDL, right? I also want to see the triglycerides as well, right? So those are the things that the lipid meter can help you measure, right? The lipid, you can rely on the lipid meter, on the lipid or the lipid monitor to help you see how much of good fat that you have in your body. Now, this particular device right here, the PFS 30, is not limited to helping you run a check for these 4 common parameters, 4 common lipid parameters. There's also an icing on the cake that this device can help you with, and it is the HDL, LDL ratio. The scientists or the doctors will usually have a need to measure that as well. So this device right here can also give you that parameter, can help you measure that as well. So that is for the lipid. So it's good to always keep the amount of fat that we have in our body in check, and you can leverage the lipid meter, the PFS 30 meter, to do that. So if you have a need to keep on top of your lipid, to reach out to Laboria, right? The next one on my list is the Eagle Nurse blood gas, right? Blood gas. Yes, there is a POCT device that can help us with blood gas, right? That can help us do blood gas counts. Again, an intro about blood gas. What is? Oh, please show of hands. Are you able to still see my screen? Can you see my slides? Or if someone can just unmute and let me know. Oh, a thumbs up. So, okay, great. So you can see my screen. All right, so that is what the Eagle Nurse blood gas looks like from Laboria. So it's one of the blood gas that we're promoting here at Laboria. But a quick introduction again about blood gas. Blood circulates through our body, right? Our body needs a supply of a number of these gases, right? Oxygen being one that is super important. There's a place for carbon dioxide too as well. So these are gases that we can find in our body system, right? So the two important blood gases, oxygen, carbon dioxide, right? So they are very important for respiratory. They are known as respiratory gases, right? So there are other gases that is present too as well. But again, I'll keep it to the one that I know, right? So the blood gas analyzer is used to analyze the blood gases present in the blood, right? So that's what we can leverage the blood gas analyzer for. So what makes the Eagle Nurse blood gas analyzer, what makes it unique? What makes it different, right? First, unlike most blood gases that we see in the market today, you will find that there will be a need to have an additional calibration reagent pack. So when you have a blood gas, you will need to buy a reagent, a calibrator for your calibration. The calibration reagent pack is something that you need to purchase separately. But for this particular one here, it comes inbuilt, right? So you're saving money. You don't need to spend extra on purchasing, your calibration reagent pack. So that's one good advantage that the Eagle Nurse blood gas gives us. Two, it's able to maintain, you're able to easily maintain this device because there's no fluid inside the device. When you see many blood gases, they run pipes all over the place and it's a lot of liquid. So this one is not the liquid type, right? So it does not do liquid. So it's cartridge based. So it's able to help you run what I have on the screen here. If you need to run your the amount of the pH, the potential of hydrogen that you have in your body, is able to help you run that, is able to help you do the PCO2, that's the partial pressure of carbon dioxide in your body. You're able to also do glucose. So that's another parameter that this device is able to help you measure. Glucose is able to help you do your lactic acid, is able to help you do hematocrit, right? Hematocrit, right? I beg your pardon. There you can measure your potassium ion, you can measure your sodium ion, you can measure your chloride, you can measure your ionized calcium and your ionized magnesium. So those are the parameters that you can measure, that you can read with this particular blood gas. So if there is a need for you to purchase a blood gas and you want to keep it within budget, you don't have a large budget to go for those super expensive, those more complex blood gases. You need something, either you are a self-practice doctor. If you're a doctor, you don't want to set up a lab, because setting up a lab will require that you have a scientist. So it's going to shoot up cost for you, right? So you can simply have this as something that you can use to run quick tests, right? So if it's something that you also need to do at home, you can leverage on this device as well to run your blood gases at home. Very pocket friendly, right? So you can reach out to us. No. Someone saying can't see my screen. I need to be sure you can't see my screen. Are you able to see my screen, please? Show of hands. Next on my list is Eagle-Nurse electrolyte analyzer. I bet we all know electrolyte analyzers, right? There are many electrolyte analyzers in the market today, but how cool is this? Look at how beautiful, how lovely this device looks, right? So you don't need to have those big, those bigger devices to run your electrolyte test anymore. So there is a POCT that you can leverage, that you can use to also run your electrolyte count. So if you're looking to run your electrolyte parameters, we have the Eagle-Nurse electrolyte analyzer. Just like I've been doing for the rest, a quick intro, right, about electrolytes as well. Electrolytes play a vital role when it comes to maintaining the proper cell function that we have in our body. We want to be sure that, you want to measure the hydration level, to our raw body balance, so to speak. So electrolytes can help you do that. We have electrolytes in our body systems to include sodium, potassium, calcium, chloride, and so on, right? So that helps us maintain good nerve functions, muscle contractions, and all of that. So when you want to figure out, or if the doctors, the scientists want to check, if there's electrolyte imbalance in a patient's body, then they can count on or look to the electrolyte analyzer to do that, to run that check, right? So what we have here to do that, the POCT, by the way, if you're also looking for non-POCT devices, we have them here at Laboria. I'll just quickly squeeze this in. We have an event coming up on the 10th of December, right, at Radisson in the Keja. So there at that event, we're going to be showcasing all that we've got at Laboria, both the POCTs and the non-POC devices. You will be able to see them at that showcase. So if you do have a ticket, please reach out to Oiza. I believe if you should know Oiza, if you know her, so she can try to get you a space to be at that showcase. Otherwise, you are also able to join online. So we're going to be streaming the events live on YouTube, I believe. So electrolyte analyzers, we have the POC and the non-POCT one. So for this particular one, is able to run 5 parameters, right? So it's able to do your sodium, you're able to run potassium ion with it, you're able to run chloride, ionized calcium, and ionized magnesium. So those are the 5 parameters that this device right here can help you measure, can help you monitor, can help you analyze, right? Next on my list is the hemoglobin meter. Hemoglobin. This device right here, just in case you are not able to see my screen, hemoglobin, right? Hemoglobin. So the code for the device is called URIT12. So this is another device, another meter from URIT, right? Another quick introduction about hemoglobin. I'm sure people sometimes ask this question: why is my fluid, if you sustain an injury, you have a little cut, where you see a red fluid gush out. So what is responsible for keeping that fluid that comes out of our body red, right? So if you ever wonder why our blood is red, well, thank hemoglobin for that, right? Hemoglobin is responsible for keeping the blood red. So one of the things that hemoglobin does for a living is that is able to carry adequate oxygen from our lungs to the different parts of our tissues in our body, right? So it also carries carbon dioxide back. Not to worry if you can't see my screen. I'm just talking through this, right? I don't have all of these things on my screen. So I'm just talking through it. So, but if you can see, this is the device right here, hemoglobin, right? And I'm telling you the function. What is hemoglobin all about? So that is what hemoglobin is able to help us with ensure that there's adequate oxygen that is flowing through our lungs. We need oxygen in the lungs, right? So it maintains, ensure that when you exhale, you need to breathe in and out. So what ensures that you have enough oxygen in your body system is hemoglobin, right? So if you don't have enough healthy RBC, red blood count or the red blood cells is not enough in your body, then it can lead to what is known as anemia, right? So there is a medical condition known as anemia. So anemia is a condition where the body doesn't have enough healthy red blood cells, right? So, or hemoglobin, you can call it that. So to carry oxygen, through your lungs. So that is what that does. And the device that you can leverage to measure this is this guy right here. This URIT 12 will help you measure your hemoglobin level. Will help you tell you if you have adequate red blood cell in your body, right? So it is vital. Running a hemoglobin test in your body is very vital, right? So you want to know if you're low on hemoglobin, right? So if you're low on hemoglobin, then that patient would be considered an anemic patient. So that person will have has a high risk of anemia, right? And when it is high, it is an indication of a heart or a lungs disease, right? So when your hemoglobin level is high. So this device right here can help you keep that in check, right? URIT 12. Next on my list, okay, I'll quickly wrap up now. I should have about 5 more minutes, right? So in 5 minutes, let's quickly try to wrap this up. I have the URIT PD60. PD60, I should have that here as well. PD60. Great. So this device, this baby right here, PD60, looking really cute and nice, right? It's called PD60. So this volume, no video. There's video, right? Sorry, I have just little distraction that my video is not showing. Let's make do with what we're able to get now. Perhaps we just want to blame it on connectivity. Let's see if we're able to. All right, so the PD60 device, right, is also from URIT. Let me see, go back to my screen. The PD60 device is also a device from URIT, right? And it is able to help you measure the amount of glucose. Again, glucose test you can do with this device. You can also run your uric acid test with this device. Is also able to help you monitor your cholesterol level. So you see, this is an all-in-one device. It is a multifunctional device. So it offers multiple functionalities. So if you're someone with, you need to keep a check on your uric acid level, your glucose level, your cholesterol level. So instead of buying all of these meters that I've explained earlier on, you can just default to this one, right? So this one device will help you keep a check on those 3 parameters. So you see, so I've mentioned all of those things already, but you have this device. So you're not bothered with buying multiple devices. You have one device that can serve those different purposes, those different needs. So that is the device right here. The PD60 is your good friend when it comes to running those 3 parameters, right? And just quickly now, URIT 31. URIT 31 is the last one that I want to talk about. I don't have it physically here with me, but you can see it right there on the screen. If you're not able to see it, just do a quick Google search. Google is your friend, right? So URIT 31 in Google, on Google, just type it right there in Google and you'll be able to see what the device looks like. Sorry, please forgive me for my, for the low latency, the poor connectivity that I'm having right now if you're not able to see my screen. But I'm giving you a way out, right? So look it up online. URIT 31 is a urinalysis device. I mean, when you want to do urine test, we all know how important urine is. Urine is essential, is an essential body fluid. It reflects a person's overall health state. You can determine that with urine. Your urine is enough to determine your health state, right? So there are different parameters that doctors, scientists are looking out for when they run a urine test. So this bad boy here, this guy right here, this URIT 31, it looks small, but it's mighty, right? So it's able to run 14 different parameters. How cool is that? 14 different parameters. So it comes with the ability to use 2 strips. So either you're doing the 11G strips or the 14G strips. So you see, so you can choose between the 11G. If you're focused, if you're content with 11 parameters, then go with the 11. But if you need a little bit more, you need it to be more, a little more verbose, then you can look at the 14G. You need some additional parameters. The 3 additional parameters, then what you're going to be aiming for is, so when you call Oiza or you call Moyi, you call Doi, what you're looking to ask them for is your 14. I don't want the 11G one, I want the 14G one. So we have them available here at Laboria. I'm not sure if there's anywhere else in Nigeria that you can get the URIT 31. You only have to come to us, Laboria. And what options do you have? The urinalysis system, those bigger urinalysis system, we have them here too as well. But if you're looking at a more pocket-friendly device to run this your test, then the URIT 31 is your good friend. Because of time, I'm going to save this for our event, right, happening on the 10th of December, the showcase event. So one of our guys is going to be giving us a demo of this, real life, real time. So we get to see how accurate, the results that you get from this device, URIT 31. So that is what I have. There are other devices. That is not all, by the way. So we have some other, selection of POCTs here at Laboria. So I've just given you a rundown of some of the popular ones that we have here at Laboria. So those POCTs are not just tools that you can use. They are game-changing tools that you can leverage, for faster diagnostics, right? So you can leverage some of these POCT for better care, for healthier patients, right? So I will just pass it on now to Oiza to see if there are questions that we can take on quickly.
Please exit your screen so my fans can see me. Are we back on now? Hi, everyone. Oiza here again. So I know that for a lot of people that I invited my first girlies. Shout out to one of you. I invited some of you whom I know have health issues, aka me. So of all the things that were discussed, some of the things that interest me, of course, the hemoglobin meter. you can imagine, how easily people pass out because they don't have enough blood, they don't have enough red or oxygenated blood going through, and you never really pay attention to those things. Now, a lot of us have some fasting periods throughout the year. Some of us start the year fasting, some of us during Ramadan, some fast middle of the year. It's good that you keep an eye on your sugar levels during this time so that you don't put pressure on yourself and then extend or damage your body during those processes. So another one, again, for some of us who have routine tests, say quarterly, we get urinalysis done, and of course, football counts. The URIT 31, which you did not see, but I've seen, helps you run your urinalysis. So they are called point of care testing devices. They can be used right where you are in your house. So it might not be easy for every individual to own one of these ones, but say a group of people have it, and then you're meeting together quarterly to run your samples. That's how you save money. Again, I know some of my people are here, so we do that. Interestingly, as fit as I say, I have not so good LDLs and triglycerides that put me at risk for coronary diseases. So keeping a good eye on that one. The point of all of this is not just to bring these products to you to say you buy them, is to also intimate you about the parameters that go on in your health, in your body that you may not be fully aware of, that you should keep check on. Sometimes you go to the hospital for a wellness check, and these are all the things they do, and they charge you such a huge amount of money. They're checking, blood levels, how oxygenated you are. So they put you on a treadmill and make you run and check your lungs and do all of those things. Very importantly, urinalysis. The kidneys are very, Kazim said they're very essential. It's a quick way to check what's going on. Some people don't have kidney diseases, but then they have other conditions that predispose them to kidney diseases, unfortunately. So staying ahead of these things is what gives you the edge, is what makes you faster and smarter. So now, yes, I know everyone's eager for the devices. I'm going to take a break now. Do I have my colleague Joey on the call, and is she paying attention? Joey is going to paste our social handles in the chat. So we're going to like for you. I have lost my network. I don't think you can see me. Perhaps you can still hear me. Perhaps you can still hear me. But Amarachi, thank you so much. It's your audio, it's your message that I've just seen that I've been muted. Wow. Okay. So I don't know what you heard. And I was chatting away. Okay, so quickly, I said, yes, I know you can hear me now. I'm gonna have, so that we can wrap up. I know people want to win the devices. Thank you. I'm gonna have the first 10 people comment in the chat right now, your name and that you want to win a glucose meter. So just put, my name is Rabi, and I want a glucose meter, a Sriracha glucose meter. Go, first 10 people. First 10 in the chat, just put your name and say, I would like a glucose meter. So I'm just waiting. Put your name in the chat and say, I would like a glucose meter. Yes, I see Rabi. Thank you. I see Hassan. I see Wojuade. I see Olamipo. I think that's 4. I see Muno. That's 5. I see Fauzat. That's 6. No, your hands are up. Please put them in the chat. Okay, can I have Adedoyin please put the handles to our socials in the chat also? Yes, Bookie, I see you. That's 7. Okay, please know that you cannot win more than 1 glucose meter. So, Loretta, if you want to mute your microphone, that would be lovely. Okay, so I was speaking before about the importance of checking your parameters, and I didn't know you couldn't hear me, unfortunately. I was speaking from personal experience, knowing that I have a lot of my butterfly girls. Thank you. Well, you need to put the link there, don't just put the name, please put the link there. Well, Rabbi, what else you don't want just the glucometer, you want another meter, you want another device. Okay, so Joey, I need the links to those pages, please. Thank you. Okay, so now, cousin, what other device do we have to give to Rabbi? She's been very interactive, or he, I beg your pardon. The hemoglobin meter. There is a hemoglobin meter to be won. So for that, I have a question. You don't quickly now, quickly. I don't want you want the blood gas count. Oh, you want to fire me. You want them to fire me today, Ravi. Oh dear, no. So I have a question. Quickly, in 5 seconds. What is the name of the hemoglobin meter? I need the brand and the code name. The brand and the code name of the hemoglobin meter. Oh, you got the Euro 12. I'm sorry. Okay, there you go. Cousin, we have 1. He's told me we have 1. We have 1. 1, and I'm going to take the first person. So, Mono, you do not get a glucose meter. You get oh, wow. Okay. So this makes it very tough for me. So I have I have more glucose meters than hemoglobin meter. So I'm looking at Kazim to beg for what else I can give. Sorry. Okay, well, there are some souvenir, if you like, that can come with your glucose meter, like a Urit bag. So we are partners with Urit and Zibio and Wonful. Some of the products we're going to be showcasing at the Laboria event. People have asked me for tickets, cousin. How are you going to make that work? Okay, so I can give out one ticket to the Laboria showcase today. I have a question. What three parameters does the URIT PD60 measure? To get a ticket to the showcase on the 10th of December at the Radisson, give me the three parameters that the URIT PD60 measures. I said you have to pay attention. Pay attention, pay attention. There are three parameters that the PD60 measures. Glucose, cholesterol. Oh, Ravi, I'm going to see you on the 10th then. So, good. Adedoye, please put the link to the form so that we can collect details. Ravi, please put your details. Ensure that you put your name so I can identify you and send you, well, it's called uric acid, but I'll let you go with urate. That's fine. I'll let you go with that. Oh, you can't make it there, but you want the ticket. So what do I do now? Oh, it would have been lovely to see you. Thank you so much for participating. So ticket is still up then. Next person who can type for me what she has actually written already. I really love Rabi's participation. Thank you so much. Okay. But I still would like to get details. Thank you, Doing. Please fill out, just click the link and fill out the form so that when we have our next event, we can just email you straight. When we have other things to do, you're easy on our database. Promise not to spam you. Okay, so who wants to give me those parameters? Or I can change my mind now and ask for the parameters of the electrolyte. Would we like that one? I cannot see if you're raising your hand, so you need to put things in the chat box for me to see. I'm also, if you got the links to the pages, the social handles to Instagram and LinkedIn, please check that you're following the pages and then you can comment there. Also, I'm looking for somebody named Fauzat. Yes. Okay, well, for the electrolyte, mm, not the WBC, that's a different one. That's the what's that one now? No, that blue one. That's the PD60 one. That's the PD60 one. Okay. Oh, Rabbi, you can't be answering my questions and not be available. No, you can't be, no. You can't be answering my questions and not be able to come down to the showcase, but I really love your participation. You already have a glucose meter. So thank you for helping. Okay, so let me know who else can participate. Oh, sorry. Okay, so my plan is to have as much of you enjoy this as possible. Okay, I think I have one. Let me ensure that I am not missing somebody. Yes, so that's the sodium chloride bicarbonate. Well, sodium chloride, potassium, ionized magnesium, and ionized calcium are what I'm looking for. Wojuade, are you available to come in on the 10th to the Radisson Ikeja? Again, right. Yes, congratulations. Okay, so I have Fauza, you need to fill that form, please, so that I know that you have your five glucose meters, please. Please fill. If the people are here on the call, have them fill it so that everything can just be sent to you. You missed the part where I was sharing personally about my butterfly girlies here who constantly have their parameters checked. So instead of having to buy, oh, Indamola, I'm so sorry. Yes, Indamola, you can still win the glucose meter if you go up in the chat and you go follow Instagram and IG handles and you comment, I am at the Laboria POCT webinar, you still get to win a glucose meter. Right, I was sharing the point of POCT, the point of care testers. They are convenient and portable, such that we don't always have to go to facilities. And if we're able to meet in groups, it makes it cheaper for us to run urinalysis, hemoglobin, lipids. So do I have more time to get more winners? If you filled out the form, please let me know. Perhaps you raise your hand or you put a thumbs up and I can see that. Okay, so Ojuade has my ticket to the showcase. Again, everyone, please try. I'm trying to write so I don't make a mistake. Please try to fill out the form so that we can contact you for your glucose meters. Ointamola, again, you can still win the glucose meter. Fausat, I see you. So please fill out the form and let me have names, please, for those that get the meters. Okay, you need to mute your microphone, please, Ointamola. Okay. Do we have any questions at all? I didn't get any questions. Do you have questions that Kazim can answer? I can answer your questions also, don't worry. So, interesting for you, I kindly repost the link. Adedoyin, please repost the link to the socials, please. The form is not opening. Why is the form not opening? Okay. Just a moment. I'm back. We're trying to tidy things up. Thank you, Ojuade. Thank you. So it's up, so that means you're able to access the form then. Okay, yes, fill the feedback form so that we get your details. And then you can follow the socials. Also, Kazim just left. There are more devices to be won. So if you just go on the thing, on the link, on the socials, and comment there, you can still get some devices. But don't say I told you. I don't say I told you. I told you that he just left. Well, there are a couple more to be won. So you know, people, again, my butterfly girl is, I specifically brought this for you so that you can, it helps to monitor sugar. We know what steroids do to our bodies. So let's keep an eye on our sugar levels. The goal is that 2, 3, 4 people can come together, have the UH31, which is the urinalysis device, and then quarterly. Okay, you can leave your emails in the chat. Thank you, Mono. Mono, you got my hemoglobin meter. Isn't that interesting? Right. So you can leave your emails in the chat also. We'll capture them later. Thank you. Right. What was I saying? I'm exhausted, but I'm not actually very happy that this has gone well. Thank you all for showing up again. This is the first one that we have. We're gonna have a lot more. We're gonna have a lot more. I'm laughing at Mona's comment. Um, we're going to have a lot more of these ones coming up to show what we do at Laboria. For people who know me personally, yes, what I do, this is me at work, or part of it anyway. So it's very exciting that we can do this. We can connect with not just the big people or the big labs. We can connect with individuals to say, keep your sugar in check, keep your hemoglobin in check, so that I spend 10 minutes in the sun and I just drop because I don't have enough of oxygenated blood going around. That's under control and monitor, so that's fine. You want to keep your lipids in check. I was saying that I have bad triglycerides, okay, thank you. Followed on LinkedIn. Please put up the IG handle. Thank you. And then I have not so good LDL, even for a person of my size. So that increases the number of medications that I have to take. We now have to take statins. So I wish it was something I've been aware of earlier or sooner, then I would have kept a better eye on it. I'm still trying. But we have passed time. But are we going to have a recording of this to share? Okay, we're going to have a recording of this to share. You can rewatch it and then engage. So please don't let this be the last of our interactions. Engage with us on socials. We're always doing stuff there. It's Black Friday. Maybe I can convince them to do promos. Jerry's somewhere in the office. I'll talk to them. We can do promo prices for the lab, for those who have labs, not for individuals. But oh, you need all the equipment. Suppose that you want to bankrupt my company. But I'm happy. I'll see if we're able to have you at the showcase. And then we can find a way to support our lives. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all so much. I really, yes. Please put your emails. You read 31. You do the test every 2 weeks. If you send an email to Kazim, perhaps you can convince him to send you a UIT 31. So it's important that you stay with us on socials. If you find us on LinkedIn, we're constantly posting. From there, you can find Kazim. From there, you can find Jerry. From there, you can find everyone you need to say, oh, please send me a UIT 31. I need to get one. Trust me, you can get them. You can get them. You just need to. For inquiries, my name is Oiza. I'm customer facing. This is my email. No, sorry, at backspace laboria.com at laboria.ng. I've had this email. I'm trying to find my phone number so that you can you can call me up also. Just a second. I've had too much fun today and I'm happy. 081600 081600 941 94176. This is my official line, which is why I've not been able to memorize it. Uh-oh, my email is wrong. My email is wrong. Or it's f@laboria.ng. Okay, so that's my proper email. That's my phone number. You can reach out and then we can connect. I love to interact with you and I've enjoyed this. I prepared quite hard for this. Thank you all for showing up. If I don't have any other questions, we can wrap up.
That place I say good.
If you have questions, I'll take them now. Okay, so a quick one about the event on the 10th of December. I have one of my guest speakers on the call. I think he has just dropped off. Mr. ACMS Godown Kabiao. He has been long in, my network has gone off. But you can hear me still. Well, he's been long in the diagnostics field, and we work well together. So we'll be speaking there. Our other speakers, good to see you again, is Dr. Sheila Piton of Orilegi General Hospital. If you know him, that's a man of vision, that's a man of goals. So I will also be speaking in person about how we intend to support our customers going forward. So by the way, Laboria is a new name for two former companies that have been in the business a long time. We're not just fresh here. The name is fresh, but the people are tough. The people are old. They know the business. And that's what we do. This is what we do. We know diagnostics. We are foremost, and we're bringing reliable, affordable, and friendly devices. Thank you so much. Yes. Mr. Kazim, just saying thank you. Thank you. I'm happy. Kazim is waiting. He's waiting for your emails. Just send him an email. Send him a touching story of why you want the device. It's going to be great. All right, all. Thank you so much. We need to go. It was lovely having you. And we're going to do more of this, yeah? Yes, we'll do more of this. See you at the next one. Thank you all. Have a lovely weekend.